And welcome to Barca News. It is November 16, 2025, and Victor Font has accused Joan Laporta of misconduct. Also, bad news in regards to Xavi Espart, someone that Hansi Flick had been calling up a lot to the first team training. And finally, Barcelona are currently tracking a Bundesliga rookie that Hansi Flick admires. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and I'm bringing you this short live to update you on all Barcelona news. Since today I had a pretty hectic day, I had no time to film, edit, and post. So instead I'm doing this short live to keep you up to date. This is not a podcast, so I won't be reading the comments out loud or live. However, tomorrow is podcast day, so of course tomorrow I will be addressing all of your comments in the chat section during the podcast. Anyways, having said all that, let's dive right into the news because, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Font has accused Joan Laporta of misconduct. Now, as you know, we do have an upcoming election in March of 2026 to decide who will be Barcelona's next president. Will it still be Joan Laporta? Will it be someone else? And of course, one of the main candidates that we expect that will oppose Joan Laporta is Victor Font, who ran against them in the last election, but lost. And, well, things are heating up in this election because Victor Font has accused Joan Laporta of misusing club's resources. Now, it's not what you think. This is not Joan Laporta who got caught stealing or anything like that. It's actually a little bit silly. He kind of has a point, but it is pretty silly. But anyways, the news is that Joan Laporta has a meeting scheduled, or an event, scheduled on Wednesday with club members where he's going to go and meet them, listen to them, talk to them, hear their concerns. And this, of course, is, even though he's doing it as in a capacity of a Barcelona president, of course, this is a political event. This is kind of like to, campaign, start his campaign. And during this event, Cat, the mascot, the 125th anniversary mascot, will be present. And also the trophies that Barcelona won last season will also be there on display so club members can take pictures with the trophies and with Gat as well. And as a result, Victor Font has accused Joan Laporta of misusing club's resources. He's saying that these trophies, that the mascot belong to FC Barcelona and that Joan Laporta is using the property of the club for his own gain because he's using it in a political campaign for his re-election. And this was the official announcement by Victor Font on his social media platform that said campaigning with club resources constitutes a conflict of interest and very likely an illegal act. Now, he continued on. It was a long post, but towards the end, he sarcastically said, "We should ask the club to lend us the mascot cat and the trophies from the last season's titles for the event we have this Monday." Now, this Monday, Victor Font will be holding his own event. Well, he too will be, kind of like campaigning. Of course, I will cover both events, Laporta's and Victor Font, to let you know what was said, what happened, because, of course, as we enter this election campaign, I'm going to be, bringing you all the news about the election, because in case there's any socials watching, maybe this can help you understand better what each candidate is presenting and therefore make an informed decision. Now, my question to you is, do you think Joan Laporta is committing misconduct? Is he using the club resource for his own gain by taking the trophies and Cat to his personal event? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, let's move on to the next bit of news, and this is really bad news because, ladies and gentlemen, Xavi Espart has been injured. Now, the academy fullback is someone that Hansi Flick had been calling up a lot to first-team trainings. In fact, he had been included in many of the squad lists for Barcelona's matches. He has yet to debut with the first team. This is someone that Hansi Flick has been keeping a close eye on because he believes, that he shows some promise and he can perhaps one day compete with Jules Koundé in that right-back position. But the bad news is that Xavi Espart has injured a ligament in his right knee, and this has been confirmed by FC Barcelona. And it's reported that Xavi Espart will be out between 8 to 10 weeks. So definitely bad news for the youngster who had been, impressing Hansi Flick during the trainings and who we all hoped to see him on the field debuting, but it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So I wish Xavi Espart a speedy recovery, and may he return better and stronger than before. Now, let's move on to that next bit of news, because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are tracking a Bundesliga rookie that Hansi Flick admires, and it's no other than this guy you see on your screen, whose name is Said El-Mala. Now, if you haven't heard of Said El-Mala, I haven't, because I don't follow the Bundesliga that closely, but Said El-Mala is a 19-year-old left winger. His parents are Libyan, but he was born in Germany, and as such, he has German citizenship, and he plays for the German national team. His rise kind of began last season. He currently plays for FC Cologne, or Köln. Last season, he went to loan to Victoria Köln, or Cologne. Cologne is in English, I guess, and Köln is in German. But while on loan with Victoria Köln, he scored 4 goals and provided 2 assists. No, I'm sorry. He scored 14 goals while on loan last season. And this kind of like put him on the map. And so far this season, he has scored 4 goals and provided 2 assists in 10 matches, making him one of the best performing rookies currently in the Bundesliga this season. Now, it's reported that Hansi Flick and his staff are very impressed with Said El-Mala. He's described as a tall left winger, 190 centimeters. But despite his height and his physical strength, he's a very fast left winger, someone who's really good on the ball. And on top of that, he can score a lot of goals, right? Sometimes you have wingers who can dribble but don't necessarily score that much. He's a winger that can do both, can dribble, can score. He's fast despite being big size. And again, someone that Hansi Flick and his technical staff are big fans of. And as such, Barcelona are currently tracking him really closely to see how his development goes in the Bundesliga. Now, Said El-Mala, of course, does have other admirers, not just FC Barcelona. They're saying Dortmund and Bayern Munich are both monitoring the young left winger. And in fact, he's been impressing so much in the Bundesliga that he was called up to the German national team during this FIFA international break. He did not play during the first match. Who did they play against? Against Serbia, I think, whoever. Or Slovakia, or maybe Slovakia's next. I don't know. I don't care. But we'll see whether he'll play during the second match with Germany. Now, Said El-Mala's current market value stands at 18 million euros, but they're saying that FC Köln or FC Cologne right now, they want at least 30 million euros for the 19-year-old left winger. So let me know down below in the comment section, have you seen Said El-Mala play? Yes, no? And if so, do you think he would be a good fit for Barcelona? Let me know. I'm very curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Now, from one left winger, we move on to the next, because we do have to talk about Marcus Rashford, the 28-year-old Manchester United left winger who's currently on loan with Barcelona, and who Barcelona have a clause that would allow them to sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent basis for 30 million euros. However, Barcelona have yet to make a final decision on whether to sign Rashford or not. And of course, the question has emerged. If Barcelona decide not to sign him, will Man U want him given his improved form? Because so far, Rashford has scored 6 goals and provided 9 assists in 16 matches. And reports out of Manchester state that Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United coach, doesn't want anything to do with Marcus Rashford. He does not care about Rashford's improved performance. And it's reported that if it was up to him, he would accept whatever offer would come his way to get rid of Rashford, because he doesn't want him at Man U during next season. Man, Ruben Amorim really hates this guy. Now, why do we care about this? Well, we care about this because, of course, this means that it gives Barcelona some leverage, because even though Barcelona do have a 30 million euro clause that allows them to buy Marcus Rashford for 30 million, Barcelona could always say, you know what, I don't want to pay 30 million. How about 20? And then Man U will be like, all right, fine, we'll take him back. And then Barca will be like, oh, yeah? Are you sure about that? Because your coach doesn't even want to see him in pictures. So this could give Barcelona leverage in negotiations. Of course, assuming Barcelona would decide to keep him. For now, no decision has been made. I personally think Rashford hasn't done enough to merit staying. But of course, the season is long. We'll see how his progress goes. And of course, this also assumes that Ruben Amorim will be there for next season, because who knows? It looks like he's on borrowed time, and we could be seeing yet another change of coaches at the Red Devils. Anyways, that is all for this video. We'll be going live in a few moments for the second video. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.